Hey there, folks. It's Javier Blog 208 coming to you live. I have an interview. Can I use your name? Well, it's a common name.
No, my name online is Radical Mark.
Do you want me to use that name?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So this is an anonymous interview. He doesn't want to show his face on camera, but
I
we're gonna
never
be
did.
talking about China today. Yeah, with his online name is Radical Mark. So this is anonymous. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna point up and I'm just gonna let him speak. Alrighty, so I think that's
All
gonna
right,
work
that's
out.
cool.
Alrighty, so all right, so tell me everything you know about where the world is headed and China and everything.
Oh man, the world is headed into the fucking trash can. Like, you can definitely sense that. There's so many things that are
Because
going
one of the
on.
things you were speaking of is that you think is that China is like all the states are sold out to China, pretty much, and China's just basically taking over everything.
No,
And like
no, they were kind of given everything. So basically, the very highest people that were in charge like 20 years ago gave all of our industry to China on purpose
wow,
because it was cheap. It was pennies on the dollar. They could move all of our manufacturing into China and pay pennies on the dollar.
yeah,
So obviously that's advantageous. They basically did that and made China into a superpower
yeah,
just from giving all of the American industry over to them. Like, it's taking away from America, but not really, because we're still like a super military power. We have all these things. We don't need industry anymore. We're evolving past it.
why isn't China going to be held accountable for COVID?
Because it's on purpose. It's fucking 100% on purpose. Who is paying for it?
Yeah,
Us. We were paying for the research to be done to make it possible. It was unleashed in China just because it was easy. Just because that's where it was. Like, if they were studying in Nashville, it would have been unleashed in Nashville. Basically, they put all the money and all the work into a Chinese laboratory because they have no restrictions. They don't have a regulatory system like most of American cities do. So they, like, actually, there's an article that came out basically where um, we tried to sell the virus to DARPA, and DARPA turned it down. DARPA shut it down. It was like, no, this is dangerous. So then they went straight to China where there's no restrictions. They could do whatever the fuck they want.
wow,
Yeah. So obviously it was there for a reason. We paid for it, and we let it out 100% intentionally into several countries, not just China, not just the U.S. I mean, you can kind of look at the spread of it um, and discern like where strategic like points are basically.
yeah,
So definitely China, definitely Italy, definitely a few other countries that it was purposely spread into.
yeah.
So I mean, it's there. They did it like they 100% intended to do it. And what do you do? Like, how do you like rebel against that? You can't.
Yeah, I know we were discussing how, right now we have some good people standing up to this. We got like, certain governors, including the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, but they're not going to last, ultimately, ultimately everything is just going to cave in, right? Just like, can you go more in detail about that?
No, like what can you do? What can you do? It's basically like evolving into the world government that's gonna take over everything. Like the Great Reset, all that shit. It's basically evolving into a world government where you have no say. So
Yeah.
what can you do?
And
You
give me,
can
go into more description about this world government and how it's going to impact the US and China and the relations and just the global relations in general.
I mean basically the world government has been in effect for a very long time. Very long time. Like 100 years they've been working towards this. And it's all based on like this satanic occult. These are horrible people.
Yeah.
Horrible people. Satanic occult people who have been infiltrating like every government in the entire world
Yeah.
for several years with a very intent purpose. Um, so basically, they've accomplished it. Like they have so much money, they have so much power, they've accomplished getting into the governments of every single country on the earth. The very few that like withstood them,
Yeah.
the very few that opposed have been like the 20 past like wars, like horrible wars that you've seen, like Syria, even like Afghanistan and Iraq. Like those were countries that were opposing them, opposing the worldview.
Yeah.
So like if you go even like 20 years further, an there's a U.S. military guy that's saying there's 20 countries that we're gonna smash in the next 20 years, and this is like what we're doing. This is like a political plan, basically.
Yeah.
And people thought it was bullshit, but of course, um, what countries fell in the next 20 years is
What's going to
every,
ultimately happen to the US?
every single one of those. Basically, what's going to happen in the U.S. We're going to be China.
Yeah.
We're already gone. Like we don't own our money. We don't own anything. We are basically controlled by whoever owns the money, which is not us. It's a World Economic Forum. They own every country.
Yeah. And how does this all, and this all relates to biblical prophecy, right? Because ultimately, this is all paving the way to the one world government and that is prophesied in Revelation.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
It's a one world government, and yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I mean, basically, you can figure out how to live in the woods. You can figure out how to live in the wilderness
Yeah.
and survive for a short time, but that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. That's
Wow. So, how long do you think it's going to take, I guess, for the US to, I guess, fall to China or whatever, or so, however you imagine it to be? What do you think it's going to happen soon or?
very shortly. very shortly.
Like, give me a span of years,
I
maybe. Or
mean, basically, it's already happened.
yeah, yeah.
They're just not telling you yet. You don't know yet. It's already happened. Like,
And do you think it started with COVID, or do you think it's been going? It's been going on before
no,
COVID,
I
but
mean, there's tons of quotes before before COVID,
yeah,
basically from World Economic Forum leaders or like David Rockefeller saying, all we need is one
one
global
global
epidemic,
one global.
one global epidemic.
No, he said the words one global like something to spark in. That's all it's going to take for the new
Yeah,
world for things to
just
just
one spark,
yeah,
and they can get their entire agenda in perfectly. Like that's all it takes. So they've known this for a long time. They've engineered it. They've basically planned everything for 100 years. Like you can't fuck with those people. Like if you've been planning something for 50 or 100 years, there is no way you can fuck with that. Like they already have it figured out.
where do you see the US in let's say the next 5 years?
Fucked.
Wow.
Fucked.
Okay.
Fucked. I mean, that's all I can elaborate on. I mean, basically, you're gonna have like full surveillance, full surveillance. So like your identity, your name, your entire like search history on the internet is on your phone, right in your hand.
Yeah.
Um,
And we were discussing earlier how
People
people
are going to be looking at that. Like, you're basically carrying your entire identity in your hand for anybody to look at.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I mean, you're going to have to show it to everybody, though, is the problem.
Yeah. And
So you're creating this identity in this piece of technology
yeah.
in your hand. You're creating an identity in it, and you're going to have to show it to every authority figure that you come across,
Yeah.
which is horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying. Like, seriously, like, imagine a cop coming up to you and saying, "Oh, what, like, porn did you watch last night? Let me see.
You
Was it
know,
bad? Was it good? Was it
and
bad?
then no,
Was it
we're also
good?"
seeing this, with like
They'll
this.
throw you in jail for looking at something, for jerking off to something. Like, that's how crazy shit's gonna get.
I believe it.
That's that's horrible. That is not something anybody has ever
And we're
thought
seeing
about.
all this with the unleashing of these vaccine passports on the phone, on the mobile app, and all that to show proof of all that. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
already starting with all the, in
just
Sweden they're already
just
starting.
rolling out.
They're starting to chip. They're starting to voluntarily chip people. Remember, it always starts out voluntarily.
It's just starting.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's gonna get so crazy that people will not believe it. Like literally, you will not be able to be okay with yourself anymore because you have authority figures, paid cops, just standing over you all the time
yeah,
instead of fucking Jesus, which is good.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Uh,
you should feel like Jesus is right next to you all the time.
yeah, that's what we should feel. Yeah,
And you should feel good in what you're doing. Obviously, like trading that out for police is not a good substitution.
yeah. Wow. but it's getting serious out there. Um, where do you see China in the next 5 years?
I mean, they're like I said, we paid for them to do everything, so it's not like they're and like a huge authority.
Yeah,
We're paying for all everything they're doing, so we're kind of in control of them. So I don't think they're going to be like an automaton or anything.
yeah,
They're definitely a superpower because we've made them that. Um, but they're definitely going to be just another glove, another fist in the elites.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Another fist punching down, paid by the elites, basically. So you figure America, Russia, China are all uh, gloved fists
Yeah,
of the elite,
yeah,
and they're punching the shit out of us, and they're paying for it. So, I mean, you can't count any of them as superpowers because they're being paid for like
where do you see the world
above
5 years from now?
it absolute shit. Absolute like just disgust.
Wow.
Like I feel bad for anybody that's alive in 5 years from now.
Yeah, we're probably going to be in the tribulation. I mean, it could be. Who knows? Really, who
No,
knows? We don't know.
100%. Like I have kids, I know like very well
Yeah,
what they're gonna live through, and it's horrible. I fucking hate it. Like anybody that's there
yeah.
is. I mean, also there's like two different sides to it. Also, so like if you go into like the metaverse,
Oh, that too. That there's sinister stuff behind that. Very sinister stuff.
but it's also like almost even psychedelic. Like
I know that's what
people
Zuckerberg's trying to do.
people are gonna live. Well, I mean, he kind of stole it from a bunch of people that already started it.
Oh,
So he stole the name basically, but it had already been started. So like basically, it's gonna be a um, almost like a psychedelic existence, way outside of human existence, that people are gonna actually be able to live and exist in, but it's very separate.
wow. It's fascinating stuff.
So you figure like you're gonna be in a magical world while the actual world is like fucking collapsing around
Yeah, it's very deceptive. It's going to be really
you. So
deceptive.
what are you gonna do?
Do you think this is all paving the way to the mark of the beast? The
It
big
is.
prop, yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean,
No
I think
man
the
can
mark of the beast.
Revelation 13. No man can buy or sell us. Yeah, the mark or take the number of his name.
I'm pretty sure the mark of the beast is ingrained in us. We
I
already
mean, it's
have it.
not here yet, but it's coming.
No, no, seriously. Like even barcodes are 666. Every barcode, universal. I forgot what it's called. Like a universal scan place or whatever it is. But that code is 666 all the time.
The barcodes, the QR codes. Have you noticed the three dots in the QR codes? There's
I
something.
haven't seen that.
No, it's very sinister, and there's a lot of things that are pointing that way to the coming mark of the beast that's prophesied in Revelation 13.
I
And
think it's already here. I think we've been doing
it
it for
it
like 20
hasn't.
years and we have no clue.
I mean, it can't be here now
I
because
mean, more than that, universal, the barcode. Like, This book, right?
Yeah.
Has a barcode.
Want me to put you the camera there? Or?
Well, I mean, you can look at it right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's 3 lines that go down between the barcode.
You're right.
All those 3 lines equal 666 all the time on every barcode ever.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely.
we're already into it.
Oh.
We're way deep into it. We don't know. Some people have a clue. Most people don't.
But nobody's officially taken the mark on the right hand or the forehead yet. Because that hasn't.
You did it. Did you buy that book?
No.
All right, but I'm saying somebody did.
Yeah, but
what have you bought?
Wow, that's an interesting perspective, but I can't see that it's here right. I personally can't see that it's here right now.
No,
I mean it's here. It's definitely maybe here,
no,
but we
I'm
don't.
Saying,
we haven't.
What have you bought? Like food? Have you bought like?
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course. So you've already taken it. You've already taken it.
I mean, anybody who takes it is damned to hell. That's what the Bible says.
So pretty much. So like, you have to realize what you're doing all the time. You can't just do stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Like you have to realize what you're doing. Like,
I think that these are all precursors. I think barcodes. I think that the QR codes.
It's the thing. It is the thing. Like, I just bought this. Check it out. Right on the bottom. I just signed up. I just took the devil.
No.
For convenience. I mean, it's something you have to realize that you're doing. I mean, it's something you have to realize that you're like adhering to.
Wow, interesting way of looking.
I think it's that literal. Like, you bought something, it has a barcode, you're taking the number of the beast. It says you have to take it to buy or sell anything. So
yeah, it's definitely coming in that way, but it has to be on your right hand or your forehead, according to Revelation.
Doesn't matter. I mean, you're still.
So I think we're getting to a point where like we're being conditioned into getting used to seeing it. Like, let's say barcodes, QR codes.
The right hand or forehead thing, I think, is probably closer to like Neuralink or like actual like imprintation of things.
Yeah.
Which is a couple of years off. But like I said, I think the barcode part has been around for a long time, and people have been just giving into it.
And also, it can't be here yet. And the reason I'm saying that is because the Antichrist hasn't been revealed yet. I mean, it's.
Are you sure?
It would be a global leader, and we don't know who that global leader is.
Yeah, who knows?
But I believe he could be on this earth right now. I truly believe he could be on this earth right now.
I was pretty sure it was Obama, but
a lot of people think it could still be.
He's
also
getting old. And he's kind of out of the game.
There's people they're watching this other guy in France, Emmanuel Macron, and he's got a lot of. There's some things going.
Yeah, and he's a
have you been
child banker too?
This guy is. I keep an eye on that. But Obama too. These are candidates, you know.
Yeah.
It's
fuck all of them.
Yeah, but one of them ultimately is going to rise to be a world leader and ultimately declare himself to be God. And you know how the story goes. It's going to be. It's going to get. It's all in Revelation.
Literally, very soon. Like.
Yeah, he's here now. I believe it with all my heart. I truly do.
The entire world is headed.
Yeah.
Like, you can't deny it. Like, it's going to get there.
Yeah, it is coming. It's coming for damn sure.
And like, yeah, when it happens, you can't hide. You're not going to be able to.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to just be ready to be face the persecution, you know? Because if you take that mark, the Bible says you will be damned to hell. You will be damned into the lake of fire.
I
But if you
think
don't,
most people, I
but if you
think,
don't take the mark, you can't buy or sell anything. You can't buy food, go to the grocery store, anything.
like I said, I think most people have already fucked themselves on that 20 years ago.
Wow.
Like the universal barcode, universal purchase, whatever, UPC, um, has been out for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's definitely satanic,
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I
definitely
definitely
covers
agree there.
everything,
I definitely agree there.
definitely covers almost anything you ever bought in your entire life.
Yeah.
If you're over 20, 20 or 30,
Yeah.
it's already got you.
Yeah.
So, like, what can you do? What can you do except repent?
Yeah. Huh.
Just be like, holy shit, I just figured this out. Super sorry. Didn't realize I was doing this. Whoops.
Ugh.
Like, that's everybody's best guess right now.
I think we're being, in my opinion, I think we're being conditioned to seeing this on a regular basis with QR codes and barcodes. I believe it's definitely coming. It's definitely probably already here, but I don't think anybody has officially taken it yet because it has not been,
Most
man.
people don't realize it.
Yeah,
Like you gotta figure most people have no clue what the fuck they're doing. So you're just going to the store
but we
and scanning shit. You have no clue.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
You
It's
don't know fully what you're doing. So
there's some
you can't even be like held accountable for it.
yeah,
Yes and no.
yeah, you're right.
I mean, you're doing bad, but you have no clue what you're doing. So you have to. I mean, most of the point of it is like understanding what you're doing. Once you come to the understanding, then you can repent and you realize that you've done wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't realize that you're doing wrong, I mean, I think you're like a baby doing anything. Like, you can't really be held accountable because you're like a child.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you fully realize it, you're an adult.
Yeah, it's interesting way of looking at it. Um Nobody's been forced to take it yet though. It's definitely we're definitely being that's my position. We're being conditioned into it. But we're not there yet. I do think that the whoever it's going to be is on this earth now. That's what I think. And we're definitely heading that direction you were saying. We're definitely headed to that global world order and it's and to the prophecies of Revelation. It's an exciting time, but it's also a time to be ready. It's going to get really real soon. It's COVID was just the beginning, but it's not just COVID. A lot of things ever since World War II. We saw a mini version of whoever that's going to be with Hitler. Hitler was not a world leader, but he persecuted. He matched so many of those characteristics. But there's a bigger one coming that's going to be a world leader who's going to, if you don't take it, you're going to hit your head cut off. That's what's going to happen. So we're headed that direction for damn sure. I'm very agnostic about the rapture, and the rapture is supposed to happen before the tribulation, where people are caught up. But I don't know if you know what I mean. It's just we may have to be here for the persecution, or we may yeah. It was just
Dude, nothing is undeniable.
yeah. Nothing's undeniable. Yeah.
So, like, that's just mostly gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't deny it.
Yeah. I agree.
Like,
100%. And it's definitely it's pretty much already here, but it's yeah. I don't think it's yeah. And you're right about the barcodes. It's just I don't think that's the official one. It may be a precursor. I believe it is a precursor. I believe it's very symbolic to it. I believe we see it, but I don't think it's the official one yet.
no, I think it's like something that people, like evil people, slipped under normal people.
Yeah. Now
Basically,
imagine that.
they
Now
put it under.
imagine them putting that barcode on your right hand or your forehead, and making you have to like scan that in order to buy or sell.
I mean, imagine just putting it on every single good that exists on Earth, and you have to scan it every time you buy it or sell it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the qualifications: is buying or selling.
yeah,
That's what it does. That's the like qualification of what it is.
yeah,
So like once you participate in that system where it exists, you're taking it. Like you don't have to take it on your right hand or your forehead, but you're taking it in your hand and buying it every time.
interesting way of looking at it.
I mean, eventually it could be a part of you or on your forehead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think they're moving toward. I think they're trying to move toward that.
I
We're
mean,
not there. We're not. I mean, if you look at the chip on your credit card, they just slipped that in the last couple of years.
yeah, yeah.
That wasn't there before. They used to be able to just swipe the credit card just a couple of years ago, like 10 years ago. You used to just swipe a credit card. The chip on the credit cards just came in the last 10 years or less. And now everybody has to have a chip on their credit card, and these chip readers have to.
Cut you off, but you got that message from Mike about somebody coming?
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah.
A lady or a guy?
Um, uh, a lady. She's coming at midnight.
Okay, so it's almost midnight. When she comes, make sure y'all hit this light and all that shit. That way she don't call Mike and, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She don't know no better. So she's gonna be like, oh yeah, they were up and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So stay on point.
Okay.
It's almost midnight. What the fuck time is it?
Yeah, this video's been 32 minutes long already. But hey, very interesting perspective.
Yeah, you
We're
can definitely cut it, whatever. Like
we're
talk
definitely
more.
yeah. If you want it, for sure. It's definitely on its. I mean, the Bible does say you will have to take the mark on your right hand or your forehead, so that is not here yet. But as far as the barcodes are concerned,
mean, not that you think, but like
as far as the barcodes are concerned, it's definitely paving the way to that. In my opinion, I believe that. I really do believe that it's paving the way to that, and
it's definitely been here for a long
it could
time.
already be here. Like it literally could be here, but no one's officially taken it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they take it, then the Bible says they're done. There's no way anybody can be saved if they take it. If you take the mark of the beast, you cannot be saved. So basically, if you're saying, if this is and we already all took it, then we're all eventually going to hell. That's what it said. But that's
I mean,
I don't believe that.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
We're not there yet. We're not there.
I mean, I would really, really hope that we're not there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would really, really hope that everything that's come before it is like a warning.
Oh my God, yeah, that's where I think we are. I think that the thing that is like even the vaccine and all that, it's like how it's like you can't go into restaurants or businesses without proof of vaccination in certain places or countries.
No, I mean that's just ramping up to like
yeah, it's ramp. It's all pointing the same direction.
Well, it's ramping up to
it was a conditioning
China level security.
Yeah.
Which is like they know everything you do.
Yeah.
Any place you go to, very seriously, any dollar you spend will be monitored 100%.
Yeah.
You can't leave your house and go to another place without it being documented.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is insane. And it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good, and it's not freedom, I guess. It's the opposite of freedom.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that's we know where it's going. We know, and it's going to come. It is going to come because Revelation says it's going to come.
Yeah.
It will come to pass to a T. And Yeah, we know what's going to happen. We know it. There's nothing stopping it. It's God's going to let it happen because it's prophesied.
Yeah.
And awesomely, if you had a choice between taking the mark of the beast or getting your head chopped off, you better get your head chopped off. It's just the better choice.
Yeah.
Because if you take the mark of the beast, you're going to hell. That's it. You're done. There's no forgiveness for that. It's a serious, serious thing.
Definitely. Martyrdom in like a modern world seems nuts.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Because nobody believes in the other side of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of atheists uh, saying, like, well, why the fuck would you care? Why would you stick your neck out into this position? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't believe in God, and that's the problem. They don't believe in God when prophecies happen, when things are happening all around them that prove scripture.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where the sad part is. They just think that's just not a big deal. I mean, it's like that's why all these people just rushed to get the vaccine as soon as it was available, and they didn't think twice about it. They just rushed to get it. They lined up to get it, and that's exactly how it's going to be all over
I
the world.
I know very personally what that's like,
Yeah.
and it's horrible. I mean,
Wait, what specifically?
basically, my girlfriend got my kids vaccinated.
Yeah, and I assume you're not, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Like, I'm pretty much of the of the opinion that we paid for all the research to make the vaccine and the virus,
Yeah,
all of it. Like, we paid for all of it. Pretty much, Bill Gates, the NIH, they were all dumping money into it. Um, they basically created the vaccine, the virus, and then the vaccine at the same time,
oh, I believe it.
and released the virus in several countries, blah, blah, blah. And basically came back to America. So, like, I'm in a very big odds with my girlfriend who believes in it
Yeah,
and had my kids vaccinated.
yeah.
And I'm
How old are your kids again?
7 and 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm.
And this was in the last. This is recent, I assume, right?
Oh yeah.
Because
Of
like they
course.
are only eligible in the last several months, right?
Yeah. Last couple months. So I mean, there's a pretty big disposition there, basically, between the two of us. Um, and yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
What do you do?
there's nothing to do. You just have to, it's unfortunate, but you just gotta. And there was nothing you could have done to stop them from getting vaccinated because she has custody of the kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So like, you realize you're in the middle of like a worldwide. I don't even know what to call it. It's not an epidemic because that's what they think the
they're calling it a.
virus
They
is.
call it a pandemic.
They call it a pandemic, but I'm saying this is like um, a cataclysm.
Yeah,
This is like an entire world cataclysm that you're in the center of.
yeah.
How do you react to that? how do you protect yourself? How do you how do you counter that? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Literally impossible. You either go hide in the woods or you hide in the mountains. That's it. Seriously, you go hide in the wilderness and drink some water and try not to get poisoned
Yeah.
and try to survive for a couple of years. That's all you got. Like that's pretty what do you call it? Like disheartening.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good prospect for anybody.
I don't know.
And like once you realize it, it's like, fuck. What am I gonna do? You can't. You can't beat it. You either have to join it
Or
or
fight it. Or just say no.
no. You either have to join it or die.
Exactly. That's exactly what Revelation's gonna be.
Yeah. Revelations is fucking insane. You have to realize that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it was all foreseen thousands of years ago, 2,000 years ago by John, you know?
Yeah, that's nuts.
And the fact that he saw the great horror of Babylon, he saw America, he saw everything that he saw our world today. His revelation was our world today, and he just all that was
That's yeah,
and it's
definitely
all
psychedelics.
it's all coming. It's all coming. That's just like you said. It's just what it is. It's going to happen. Period.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's no way around it. You can't bargain with it.
yeah,
There's no bargaining. It's just is what is it is. You know, like you can't. There's no escape either.
yeah. Well, anyway, your screen name again? Your screen name?
Radical Mark.
This was Radical Mark, Anonymous. Thanks for tuning in to this interview. This will be broken up into three. This went on for 42 minutes. It will be. Thank you for tuning in for this interview with Radical Mark. This will be broken up into 3 parts. We're at 42 minutes right now, so I know you probably won't make it all the way through if you watch it. But anyway, I'm going to break this down into 3 parts. First part, we're talking about China and just where the U.S. is headed and where the world is headed. Second part, we're talking about Revelation and the mark of the beast and all that. Third part, we're talking about the vaccine and everything else. So thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys watching. Tuning in. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Have a good night, folks. Thank you.